Hello, my friends. Sorry, I was running a little late. I realized it was gonna be late for the 1 o'clock, so I just decided to give myself a few more minutes because if I'm stressed out, then it's harder to focus. All right, so let me just make sure I'm in the right spot. I am. Oops. All right. Hello. Welcome back. Are you guys tired of my face yet? Oh, my hair's all crazy. It's very flat today. I don't know what's going on. I'm excited to be back. Got some fun stuff to share with you. This one's a really pretty sweet. I know we get like a butterfly sweet every once in a while, and I always think it's my favorite, but this one really is a lot of fun, and I think you guys are gonna love it too. So, welcome back. I hope you had a nice lunch and things are going well today. I think it's warmed up a little. I think it's like 20 something. So, not that I've been outside. I've been hiding in my studio. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started because we don't need to jibber jabber. We want to craft, right? Let me turn this around. Don't mind my messy desk. All right, I'm still drinking my chai, you guys. At what time is it? 1:30. All right, so you may have gotten a little sneak peek of what we're gonna play with. This one is called Beautiful Bokeh. It's a sweet from the new Beautiful mini catalog, which I can now show you the inside of, which this one is on pages 38 through 41. There's all sorts of samples and stuff in this one. Lots and lots of stuff to do with this one. So let me show you the product first. All right. First up, we have the bundle. So you've got the stamp set and the dies. So what's really cool about these dies is this one here makes a card, shaped card. So you can make a card that's actually shaped as a butterfly, and I'll show you one in a second because I did do that. So that's the bundle, and then it's a clear photopolymer stamp set, but they're a little bit bigger than pictured again. So you've got some great sentiments, time to celebrate, in case you need me, I'm here, hello, happy birthday, so thankful, and for you. Some good little background stuff, lots and lots of fun things to play with. Also, as part of this sweet collection, hi Marie, is the paper. So you get several sheets of each pattern, but they're all kind of like that bokeh print. So I think there's like 8 of each sheet. Very, very pretty, but great for stamping on. So because it's very subtle, like there's not a whole lot of bold patterns in here. It's just some bright bokeh-y patterns and very, very subtle. So you could definitely stamp on it. And then the embellishments are these cute little sequins, and they've got a mix of things in there, and I'll show you on one of my cards. I kind of pulled them out individually, and you could see some of those little individual elements. I think for today, for this project, I'm going to show you how to do a faux shaker card, because I think this just screams shaker card, right? But it can be a little bit involved and or daunting to make an actual shaker card. Not necessarily. It's just you have to make sure you've got your edges really sealed up with the foam adhesive strips here, so they're like just strips. So you would make a layer and actually like put this all the way around and drop your sequins in, and then lay a piece of cardstock on top, and that would be your little shaker element. But I'm going to show you a hack, which actually was shared with us I think like 4 years ago at one of our conventions. I think it was Rosemary Gonzalez that shared this tip, and it's amazing. So I'm going to share that with you. But first, let me show you a few samples. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of my chai. All right, so we've got this one here where I actually just embossed on the pattern paper. Did some background stamping here. You forgot to come back. That's okay. I was a little late today, Anne, so you're good. So did a little embossing on this stitched square, which is from the Stylish Shapes. Oof, say that 3 times fast. A little sentiment here, super simple, very easy. So there's that one. This one I love too. Look at how cool this is. So this, hi Tiffany, I die cut and embossed. So, oh, I forgot to show you that part. Hold on. I forgot to show you a part of the dies. Where is that? Oh, here it is. So the embossing, the dies actually have an embossing folder, and it's a hybrid embossing folder. So if you haven't seen one of these before, you can actually run the dies through the machine, through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss with the embossing folder. So you can see it kind of nests right over that butterfly. So it's kind of nested in place. It kind of locks in. And then you put your piece of paper in there and you roll it through together. And what you get is an embossed die cut. So it embosses and die cuts at the same time, which is fabulous. But I actually embossed it out of this piece of pattern paper. And now you can see my negative from this piece. And now I filled it to make another card. So I just used this die that's part of the collection and the little body here with a sentiment, and then that's a finished card too. So it's really, really cool that you can kind of nest these together to do like a hybrid embossing and die cutting at the same time. So I'm sorry, I missed that embossing folder earlier when I was showing all this stuff. So that's part of this suite too. That comes all together. So that's my other card. And then let me show you, remember I said this one is my favorite, this piece right here. If you fold your piece of cardstock in half, like you're going to do a card base, so you can get 2 of these out of one cardstock, just like a regular card, you can get these cute little shaped cards. Are those not adorable? So you put that die right on your, so this top part is where you put the folds, because it's going to cut, it's going to like crease here. And so that's going to just crease the top, but it die cuts this part out. And so there you get your little shape card, and now it's really cute. So you could actually tape this onto a full-size card and use it as part of an element or a part of a card, or you can actually use it as a separate little shaped card. So fun. So there's lots of ways you can use that. And I haven't even really touched the surface with it, I don't think. So those are the sample ones I already have done. But what I, like I said, what I wanted to do is show you a faux shaker card. So we're gonna use the clear envelopes that Stampin' Up! Sells. So they are in the catalog or in the online store. They are, I think, $50 per package, and they're pretty, I think they're under $10. I forget how much they are, but they're not very expensive. So you get quite a few. And so we're going to do a really cool little shaker card. So what you'll need is the envelope. You're going to need some sticky strip. You're going to need some Scotch tape, some sequins of some sort, and then a pattern paper or cardstock or something to put in there with it. And then we'll use some decorating stuff too. I'm trying to think, should I use patterned paper as inside here, or maybe do I want to stamp a piece of cardstock? Let me see. Maybe I could stamp a pattern piece of paper. Let's do a little of both, right? All right, so let me pull the pattern paper. I'm actually going to use one of the purple, I think I'm going to use this one, because I'm going to pair this suite with this ribbon, which this is Fresh Freesia Seam Binding. This is one of your freebies for Celebration, so you can earn this as a freebie with an order of at least $60. So I'm going to use that. So let me just make sure. I think I just used a 4 by 5 1/4, but you want it to be, oh no, I think it's more like 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. I think, yeah, 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. So let me just do that. 1, 2, 3. So there's my 4 3/8, and then we're gonna turn it on the side and do 5 1/2. Okay, so let's just make sure it fits in here nicely. It might be a little thick. Yeah, I think I need to take it down a little bit. Take another little 1/8 of an inch off there so it fits. You just want it to fit snugly in there. Okay, so you can see that. And then let me just make sure it's gonna fit on my card front. I might have to trim it down. Oh, you know what? I do have to trim it down. You want to just do, I just remembered. Hold on. Don't listen to me. You want to do this your regular card front size because we want it to be a layer on a regular card. So it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let me just fix that and I'll show you. That's why we need the Scotch tape. All right. So 4 by 5 1/4. So just a regular piece of pattern paper or cardstock, whatever you're going to use for your card front, just like you would if you were doing a regular layer. All right, I think I'll probably use this piece since I have a piece left here as my card base. So 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I'm gonna score it at 4 1/4. Okay, so this is my card base. This is fresh freesia cardstock, so it coordinates perfectly with that ribbon. Okay, so this is gonna go on here. However, we want to do, I think I'm gonna try and do a little stamping on this piece before we put it in there. So let me see. I think this little guy might be cute, and maybe some little dots. And I don't want it to be super bold. I just want a little like interest to the background there. So I'm going to grab a couple of blocks here. And I'm gonna just kind of do more of a tone on tone sort of thing, I think. So let's do the butterfly in fresh freesia. And I don't know, I might stamp off too. Let's see. Let's see how bright it is. I don't, like I said, I want it to be kind of subtle. So, I think I might, I don't know. I'm gonna go light. I'm gonna go stamping off. So we're just gonna put a few of these little guys here. Because remember, I'm gonna put sparkles in here. Oop, that was not a very good stamp. But that's okay. I actually should probably put my, this is a photopolymer stamp set, so we probably should have a little cushion under there. Just to make it a little bit more of a hard surface underneath the stamp. The photopolymer are see-through, so that means you don't have that like cushioning that's natural in the cling mount stamps. So I'm just gonna kind of fill these in a little bit. All right, one more over here. Okay, so we have that. And then I think I'm gonna take the blue, which is Balmy Blue. And we're gonna do the same thing, but we're going to do it, I think we're gonna probably just do Stamped Top too. Like I said, I want it to be sort of subtle, although that's really subtle. Maybe I should have used, it's okay. Could have used maybe boho blue, would have been a little bit darker, but you can see it, so I'm gonna just go with it. We're just gonna stamp some of these little dots just to give it texture. Again, I don't want it to be too busy because we're going to put some bling in there. All right, so I have this piece of paper, you guys see? That is our stamped patterned paper. Now I'm gonna put this into my bag, and I'm gonna put it so that this is going to be the front. So I'm gonna put it so this is facing, you want this to be folded over on the back. So you don't want this to be here and then have this folded over and have that seam on the front of the card. You want that on the back. So I'm gonna flip it over. You're gonna tuck it into that corner, right? And then we're going to go ahead and flip this, and we're gonna make our faux shaker card. So I'm gonna take some of these itty bitty Bokeh mix, and we're just gonna dump that stuff in here carefully. I'm gonna dump a little bit in here. I wanna be somewhat generous. You get a lot in here. So that looks good. That's good. All right, so then we're gonna do that. Try to keep it off to the side there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna seal this up, and we're gonna fold it so that it's right over the tip of that pattern paper. And you can even use your bone folder if you want to just make sure you get it on a nice crease, okay? And then we're gonna seal that shut. All right, and then I'm gonna make sure all the air is out of it. So I'm like squishing all the air out. We want all the sequins behind the paper. And then I'm gonna take that handy dandy Scotch tape, and we're gonna just fold this over, and I'm gonna just tape that down, okay? We want that to stay in place. Okay, like this. All right, now, see how cool that is, right? So fun. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap some of this ribbon around here. Look at, it's kind of fun with the little stamping in the background there. Just subtle, but kind of cool. All right, so now let's cut a piece of this so that we can tie a little bow. The seam binding ribbon is amazing for tying bows. We had some of this in the past, and it's just a super fun ribbon to work with because it's like very pliable. So let's see. I didn't really leave myself enough space to tie. Let's tie the bow over here, and then I can always move it if I want to. I'm not really sure where I want it at this point anyway. So, all right. I don't know if there's just too much caffeine in my chai or what, but I feel like my heart is going 700 miles an hour at the moment. It's all this creating on the fly. I'm just kidding. That's how I always create, right? I do so much better. I've been staring at this box of goodies since the beginning of December, and I haven't done anything with it. And now that like I have a goal and a mission over here, I'm like creating up a storm. This is like card number one, let's see, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. I can't do math and tie a bow at the same time, apparently. All right, there we go. I got it. After I said it was so easy to tie a bow, it was struggling a little bit. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of floof our bow a little bit. I love the crinkle because it's wrinkled? Yeah, wrinkled. Words are hard. And it doesn't matter because that's supposed to be the look of the ribbon, right? Oh my goodness. I'm going to trim this just on an angle a little bit. Like that. This one's kind of already on an angle, but I'm just going to shorten it up a little bit. All right, so now this is going to get attached to this, but before I do that, I want to figure out the layout so I know where to put this little guy. I feel like I'm going to want it a little lower maybe, and I don't know, I might want it over this side. You know what I should have done beforehand was stamp the sentiment like up here, would have been cute, on this like in a dark color. That would have been really cool, but I'm not taking it apart. I could take it apart, but I'm not going to because I'm just not. All right, let me, so I'm thinking I might use one of these because I have some of these left over. But I feel like I want it to be on something. So I think this one here, does that layer on top of that? I think it does. So I think I might cut a blue butterfly because it kind of pulls out the blue on that. So I'm just going to use my Balmy Blue cardstock. If I can find a piece of that. Here we go. Oh, it's already part of a card. That's fine. It'll be good. Or I could use the pattern paper. Let's see if I can get it to come over here. I could use the pattern paper. I think I like just the cardstock. And you know what? I'm gonna cut it out of this card, and then I can make something with the negative, right? So let me just cut that out. We'll center that on the card front so I can do something with that later. And then I'll just use that die cut piece. So you see I have this now. I don't know, maybe I should have done purple. But now I can use that. I can kind of put that together as another card too. But now I'm kind of thinking maybe it should be more monochromatic and do a purple. But I'm thinking we can put that like this. Yeah, I think I want it purple. Sorry guys. We'll save this. That'll get used too. Let me find some fresh freesia. I have a piece over here. I'm going to cut that piece again. And we'll layer those together. I'm also going to cut one of the butterfly bodies because I think I'm going to want that on here too. So there's that. And then in here you have your bodies. Mr. Bokeh. Did anybody ever watch that movie? I've never actually seen the whole movie. I think it's Clue. But my roommate in college, or actually it wasn't even college, it was after college, used to always say that. So now I always do too. Alright, I'm going to cut this out. Okay. Come back over here. Yeah, the colors are really pretty. And I really like that at first I was struggling a little bit with the pattern paper because I felt like it was so plain. But like once you start like being creative with it, you're like, oh, but I could do this and I could do that. So I think that helps. I think I want to put this on top of this. Yeah, I do. So let's put the white piece on first. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue because it's easier. Very, very little bit. You don't need a ton. You don't want it squishing out the sides on this one because there's so many holes. I mean, it does dry clear, but it just makes a giant mess. So just little dabs will do you. All right, doing this. I'm actually having so much fun today. I hope you guys are too. I needed this. I was really struggling. I tried to sit down a couple weekends ago to do some crafting and I just wasn't feeling it, and I was just not into it whatsoever. But now with a little pressure under my butt, I'm having fun, and I'm glad I can share some new goodies with you. So it's a great start to the new year. All right, so let me go ahead. Did you guys ever have that problem though? Like sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to spend the whole day creating. And then you go into, it's kind of like that whole thing I was talking about this morning, when you have a morning where you can sleep in. And then of course the mornings that you can sleep in, you can't actually sleep. And then the mornings that you can't get up, right? Same kind of thing. Like you have a whole day to craft and then you go into your craft room and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do any of this. So go figure. But a little pressure has always worked well for me. So that's good. I'm glad yesterday I decided let's do videos all day. Last night I was like, what was I thinking? Especially when I was like, oh, I gotta be at work at 9. So, but it all worked out. All right, so now we have our cute little butterfly. All right, and now this can get on here. Oh my gosh, how cute, how cute. All right, so I actually like the bow where it is. So now we're gonna attach this to our card front. This is where the sticky strip comes in. I have this, and you wanna be generous with it. So you're just going to go all the way around the edges, kind of close to the edge. You want it to be like really secure on the sides, but it's also going to help to make sure none of those little sequins come flying out at you or whoever you send this to. So we're going to just make it really stuck. The clear envelope is actually just called clear envelope. So if you search in the online store, it should come up if you just search clear envelope, or just search envelope and it should pop up too. I can share a link in the comments when we're done if you can't find it. But yeah, they're really handy. You get like a pack of, I think 50. So if you like shaker cards, but you don't like the precision of doing an actual one, this one is really easy and fun. All right, take these off. So this is just like red line tape. So if you have red line tape, that would be the same thing. Every company kind of has the same sorts of adhesives. They just call them different things, right? All right. I do really like this one because you can just kind of hand tear it, which is why it's called tear and tape. We used to have like a red line tape and you had to like cut it with scissors in order for it to work. But this one is really easy to work with. All right, so I'm going to tape this down. Getting it centered. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. So there's that, right? How cute is that? So fun. And then this I'm going to put on with some dimensionals, just because you'd want a really strong adhesive because it's going on to this like plasticky kind of finish. So you want something that's really going to stick. And these dimensionals will definitely stick well. And I'm going to be generous because I don't want it to lift. And I found some more dimensionals during the break. So I'm not as sparse as I thought I am. I still need to order more, but I do have enough to make it through the day. I was getting a little worried. All right. And I actually owe somebody dimensionals because I borrowed some because I ran out at Christmas card time. So definitely need to get my order in today. I don't know how I got like black on here. I'm going to scrape that off with my finger. We'll probably cover it up anyway, because I need a sentiment, right? So we did a hello. We did a happy birthday. We did a time to celebrate, although those are my favorites. I could just do a for you. That might work. It's small, but I think that'll be good. I want it to be really focused on the shaker and the butterfly. So let's just pick this up. And And I probably can do it on this side. That side's not straight. Let's do it on this side. I'm going to use black ink to pick up that black from the butterfly body. And then we'll stamp that here, right on the edge, like that. All right, and then I'm going to just use my trimmer to trim that down. And we will be good to go. And I love this one. I think it might be my favorite card of the day so far. Do you guys have a favorite card yet? Still got, what, 2 more videos left? Yeah, 2 more. So the next one we're going to be doing a really fun yellow sweet collection, which is not normally my color, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to do, I think it's called Floral Delight. That will be our next one. And then after that, I'm going to do a video featuring some of our celebration rewards. And maybe I'll show you some of my other favorites too, that are just bundles and not necessarily sweets. I think I'm just going to put this on with regular adhesive because we've got a lot of like bulk to this one. So I'm just going to add this flat. And I know it hangs off, but that's why I use the Stamp and Seal Plus because it's got like those little tabs, so you can just kind of fold it over. And then it stays put. And it's super, super strong, so it will stay stuck. I don't really feel like I need to add any bling to this one just because the bling's all here already. And how cute is that? Is that not fun? I think like granddaughters, grandkids, even best friends. I think my best friend would love this. It's just fun to play with, especially when you're pretty generous with the sequins. And that's what I love about this particular one. There's a lot in here. So, I mean, I did take a good chunk of it. You could probably do a little less if you had a lot to do, but I just love it. And they're not super expensive. You can get a couple of containers. And I think we have some of the old sequins and stuff still in our last chance products category. So those don't go away anymore. Remember how we used to have a clearance rack that would like be around for a little bit? It's just gonna be a revolving door of last chance products. So as things are retired, they'll just go into that section and you can kind of find some good deals in there. But there you have it. That is our projects for this beautiful Bokeh suite. So let me pull out our other cards just so you can kind of see them. I feel like as I progressed, they got better and better. I think I started with this one and then I went to this one and then this one and this one. And I think these two are my favorite. So this one needs to be creased. It's popping up too much. There we go. All right, there you have it. Beautiful Bokeh. It's a really cute, cute stamp set. Great for little girls or great for just some really fun springy kind of things. This would be great for scrapbooking too. Like these dies and stuff would be amazing as like clusters on a scrapbook page. So I do have some plans to do some more scrapbooking videos for you this year. It's just really hard for me to do scrapbooking on the fly. I really kind of have to have a little bit more of a plan. So I will definitely have some videos for you for that. So definitely stay tuned. I'm excited to dive into some more scrapbooking this year. So make sure that you run over to YouTube at some point too and just subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is By the Shore Stamping as well. And that way you'll catch those when those come out too. And of course you can always jump on my email list because I share all of these things with those on my email list. So I will see you guys again at what time? 3 p.m. So in an hour, I will be back with another selection of projects. We'll see you soon. Bye.